What's up, Arizona? You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. I'm Lena Washington. We'll catch up with the rest of the 12 Sports crew in just a moment, but every Thursday night, come hang with us. We're talking all things Arizona sports, going to tell you the important stories that matter and introduce you to the people who inspire others in our community. This is 12 Sports Tonight, Arizona's original and longest-running sports show, streaming on 12+. Let's go.
Mark is furiously riding over there.
Mark, listen.
He's got a head start on
You give me an assignment, I am going to fulfill that assignment.
Okay. Well, obviously March Madness is here, right?
Yeah.
The brackets are out. Listen, the Women's Final Four host committee, they just stopped by. They gave us a big bracket, a cool basketball. We'll get to that here.
Oh, that's cool.
In just a minute. You guys got the men's bracket right in front
Yeah.
of you, okay? Start filling it out. I need your Final Fours. We're going to go through them here in just a second.
I don't know if I'm going to finish, but
you got about a minute, maybe a little bit longer.
All right.
But let's talk about one of the best stories of the tournament. Of course, the men's tournament starts tomorrow. Women's tournament later in the week. Look at this. How about the ASU women's basketball team? Headed to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2019. They're going to play Virginia on Thursday in a first four game in Iowa City. Tip off 6 o'clock. If they win, they'll play Georgia on Saturday. I love the reaction, right? First time dancing under Molly Miller. Her 24 wins this year set a new program record for most wins by a first-year head coach. But towards the end of the selection show yesterday, they weren't sure if they were going to make it.
We were all looking around. We're like, guys, the 11 seed's gone, the 12 seed's gone. We'll take 15. 15 seed's gone. Okay. So to hear our names finally called was really rewarding.
Well, I knew my name was going to be called last year. Like, we knew we were going to be on the board. And then to be the last team called this year was a little stressful. I thought we had done the work. I felt really, really confident.
All right, yes, they did. All right, one of the best teams in the country from our own backyard. The Arizona Wildcats cruise to the #1 seed in the West region. They're going to face 16th seed Long Island University in San Diego on Friday. Tip-off, 10:35 in the morning. Wildcats haven't made it past the Sweet 16 since 2015. This year's squad, though, led by former Perry High School star, freshman phenom Koa Pete, they could win it all.
There are better stories for you guys to write the longer we play and the more games we play. So, you know, we're going to approach it one game at a time.
Back in Europe, I never followed college like that or the March Madness like that. But a couple of my teammates told me that, you know, playing in a stadium on the Final Four is pretty cool.
Guys, the Wildcats have one of the best teams in the country. Many argue that they should have been the #1 overall seed over Duke in the tournament. All right, Mark. Pencils down.
I've got Queens College from North Carolina winning it all.
Winning it all?
Winning it all.
Winning it all. Let's pull up Mark's Final Four. Mark, who you got in your Final Four here?
Well, I do have a surprise, St. John's.
Okay, St. John's.
So who's playing there? Oh, Michigan's playing Arizona.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's solid.
That's solid right there.
All right,
Not bad.
Put mine up.
Troy, who you got?
Let's see what we have here. Now, here's what I do. I like to take like a $1 million to 1 shot.
Rock, paper, scissors?
I'm going to bet $1.
Picks the mascots.
And if this hits, it's big. I'll take you guys all out to a nice steak dinner. Cal Baptist versus Troy. Had to go with the name Troy.
Yeah, we knew.
We're not going to a nice steak.
We're not going to a nice steak dinner.
Just know that I would do that.
I will say this: if this happens, we need the lotto numbers next week.
All right, let's see yours.
Yeah, mine, I think it's a little more traditional. I picked Arizona to win it all. To me, they're the best team in the tournament. I got 3 Big 12 teams in there. That's unlikely to happen, but Houston and Arizona seem like the 2 favorites. I think Arizona's better than Duke, so we'll see how it all plays out. Arizona's my pick to win the national title. Did you pick Troy to win the?
Yes, Troy. Yeah,
Troy.
No, that was kind of a bet.
No, he had Queens College, too.
Queens College.
Queens College. When's the last time Arizona won? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time since the early 2000s since they won. They haven't made it past Sweet 16 in over a decade, so it'll be interesting to see.
This might be their year.
Everybody thinks so. By the way, here's the women's bracket right here.
Go ASU.
We're gonna fill this out. The sports team are gonna post on our social medias throughout the week. Should be a lot of fun as March gets going. However you fill out your bracket, Doug Franz is back with us to kind of give us U of A's path to the Final Four. Dougie and I somewhat agree on what that could look like. We'll get to my Final Four a little bit later on the show. Doug, how does U of A get to the title game?
Well, they've got to get through the West region, and that's one good thing. Even though they weren't the overall #1 seed, at least they got put where they belong, and they're going to go to San Diego and then San Jose if they keep winning. No problem with them beating Long Island. They can handle anything Villanova or Utah State has. I got an upset here. I like Wisconsin's ability to hit threes. Massive upset with Hawaii. Arkansas just won the SEC tournament. They had to drag it out for quite a while to be able to do that. Then they've got to turn around, leave tomorrow, head to Portland, be there by Wednesday for media day, then get ready for Thursday.
So Coach Cal and that's one and done, Arkansas?
That's one and done.
Oh,
Everybody
you heard it, Doug.
I got
There's
Hawaii
the
right
upset.
there. Hawaii's got the biggest upset on the board. This is the game that's scary as anything. Wait to fill out your bracket. NC State should beat Texas. Here's the problem. Texas has the length to control Kieta and has the length to be able to control DeMonsa. So therefore, BYU could be upset by Texas. I like NC State winning, so I'm going to put BYU right here for now. But watch that game. Don't turn in your bracket until the Dayton games are done. I love Gonzaga over K-State. Yep. I like Miami here, and I like Purdue. Miami's coach Lucas, fantastic young whippersnapper. I'm not ready to say that he can pull it off and beat Purdue yet because I love Kaufman-Renn and I love the brains of Purdue. So I like Purdue winning this. And yes, I'm going to go even further because Hawaii can defend the three somewhat. Hawaii's not a great defensive team. Wisconsin should be able to hit some threes. This is my surprise of the entire tournament. I love Hawaii's backcourt, and I like the fact that the game is in Portland, and I love U of A's path. Utah State can play. Here's the thing that's funny. Do you remember when ASU a long time ago watched a coach in John Cooper win in the Rose Bowl with Jeff Van Raphorst, and then Ohio State said, wow, you can beat Michigan. We want you.
We want you, sure.
This is the, could you imagine if they knock off U of A? Graham Mercedes got to go run.
He might be at the game.
Yeah,
you never know.
He could if you can beat U of A. And now we're here. To me, this is not chalk. I like BYU over Purdue. I just love DeBonsa. BYU's had some high-quality losses since they've lost their point guard, but I'm okay with here.
Kevin Young.
And an NBA coach can take on Purdue. Yeah. I think U of A is fantastic. That U of A-Iowa State game is one of the greatest college basketball games I've ever seen.
And that would be the first time since 2015 they made it that far.
And the other thing is, for me, I think they've got enough time with these first two games to make sure Jaden Bradley is healthy. And then he's going to be plenty healthy for San Jose. And I'll take U of A coming all the way out of San Jose and headed to Indianapolis.
Give us your Final Four, Dougie. Here we go.
I love Duke. I think this is a great team. Houston can defend anything. For me, if you want to take one thing away from my bracket, is how much I love the Big 12 this year, as I've got 3 Big 12 teams in the Final Four. I like Duke coming out. I like Arizona beating Iowa State for a 3rd time. That will be the talk of the country, of Arizona and Iowa State playing the 3rd time and how hard it is to win. And yes, as an ASU fan, I want to put a pitchfork in front of this thing. But I got to tell you what I think. They are the best team I have seen this year. They can beat you in any way you want to lose. They can be a chameleon to be able to figure out what you do and then do it just as well as you're doing. And they don't have to live on the 3. And some teams that live on the 3 die when they've got to hit it for 6 straight games. I think U of A is the best team in America.
You know what that means?
What does it mean?
None of that's going to happen.
Well, we'll see. They might have a Princeton moment in the first round. I know Wildcat fans do not want to see it. We want to see Koa Pete go the distance. That's Doug Franz's bracket.
I haven't won a tournament pool since 1992.
See, I told you.
Well,
I'll admit
it. It's going to happen.
Fill out your bracket. Let them know what it's like on Unplugged.
It is like they knew it was coming. Arizona, the #1 seed in the West region. U of A will open against 16th seed Long Island University in San Diego. A 5th straight year in the tournament under head coach Tommy Lloyd. 2nd time they've been a #1 seed. U of A, of course, coming off winning that Big 12 title. That was the watch party this afternoon in Tucson. Dogs were invited. Tip-off Friday morning, 10:30 a.m. They're going to face, they win that one, face the winner of Villanova, Utah State on Sunday. If you win both games, you advance to the Sweet 16, which is in San Jose. Final Four is in Indianapolis. U of A has not made it past the Sweet 16 since 2015.
Yeah, everything's the same. I mean, we're just going to double down on what we've done all year and, you know, double down on a strong culture and double down on respecting our opponents and valuing preparation and, yeah. And then we're excited for Friday afternoon.
All right, joining us now is our insider, Doug Franz, host of the Doug Franz Unplugged podcast. We have made it to March Madness. There is nobody on this planet happier than Dougie that the NCAA tournament is here, that the brackets are out. It's like Christmas morning for Doug.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, Thursday and Friday are the greatest 2 days of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, Doug, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Thank you.
Here we go. Let's celebrate it. U of A, do they have what it takes to make a run when you look at the bracket?
Absolutely. I would say that they're the national champions. Obviously, Duke is a great team. Iowa State certainly gave them a run for their money, and for for U of A to make it to the national championship game, they would have to go through probably ISU and Duke in the Final Four. But yeah, I think they're the best team in the country. The one thing that I really have a frustrating point about is the fact that the rest of the world doesn't think they're the #1 team in the country. It really bothers me. And I think you've heard of East Coast bias. I think this is East Coast ignorance. It's taken so long in order for them to just finally pass Michigan as they've now done. But for some reason, the selection committee didn't want to put them over Duke. So I got some numbers here. You decide which one of these numbers work for you. Let's go about blowouts. Who has the most wins by 20 points or more?
Oh, I know.
Okay, take a shot.
Arizona.
Good. That's why I put it on the screen for you. Lena can read, so she didn't have to say anything.
That's correct.
So then it comes to who has more wins against teams that were ranked when they face somebody.
Ooh, I got this one.
Okay.
I got this one. I think it's the big block A.
Hey, go Devils. Nice right. Now, the
I
reason
can
why
read this one. That's why I didn't say anything.
I didn't pull an ESPN there. The reason why I said go Devils is because Lena is the devil, and so she
Right.
got it right. So then if you want to go a little further, let's go who has the best record against teams that were ranked in the top 10. And the last one is the one that grabs me the most. Times that you beat a top 5 team that wasn't in your house. And U of A's dominance over top 5 teams. And keep in mind, they beat BYU, Houston, and Iowa State all twice.
Yep.
These are all ranked teams that had a chance at a second shot at them and couldn't overcome it. I am a Sun Devil fan. I don't want any of you U of A fans to be happy. But when I have a tie on or I'm on the microphone on Doug Franz Unplugged, of course, presented by Whirlwind Golf Club at Wild Horse Pass, I have to tell you what I think based on the facts. And the facts are U of A is the best team in America.
Speaking of ASU and Bobby, who is next for the Sun Devils? By now you've heard Bobby Hurley out in Tempe after 11 seasons and 3 NCAA tournaments. Second winningest coach in program history. The past few years we all know have been tough. It just feels like it's the right time for the program to get a new voice. Hurley says he left the program better than how he found it. Here is AD Graham Racine.
I don't agree with the sentiment that it's a tough basketball job or it's a tough place to win or they can't get it right there. I would consider it the exact opposite. We're not looking to be a sleepy program in the background. Like we have intentions to win and we want to compete in the Big 12, and that there is a commitment and an effort that needs to accelerate in order to do that. And so it starts with the arena. You know, we've announced that we're going to put over $100 million into a full bottom to top renovation of Desert Financial Arena that starts this May. A lot of people reach out, and that's a really good indicator that people see ASU as a destination job in basketball.
Listen, I think we all can agree Bobby Hurley survived some tough times, and the ASU
Second greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, his coaching there is like dog years, right, Doug? He definitely set the program up to succeed. Give me some names. Who's next?
Well, that's a great question. I would personally look at Utah State. The problem is a lot of Utah State coaches go on to really great things. So then it goes back to exactly what Graham Rossini said. How great is this job? But if you're able to get Jared Calhoun, very tough guy, and has a West Coast tie as well, spending some time at Utah State. My number 2 choice might be number 1 on a lot of people's list, and that would be Jace Coburn. He's won a state championship as a high school coach. He's from Tempe. He went to ASU, and now he's been a successful head coach at Portland State. You know he would love this job. And the last time you hired a coach from the area who graduated from ASU and always dreamed of being the ASU coach, it worked out pretty well for Kenny Dillingham with a Big 12 championship. Nothing wrong with trying to make a run right there at Jace.
And he's a Corona guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with getting some of those guys.
Of course, as an Aztec myself, would love to see some local flavor. Doug, before we get you out of here, would you anticipate the kind of turnaround that we've seen a la Molly Miller in her first year with the men's coach coming in?
No, and I don't say that as a jerk. I say that as a compliment to Molly Miller. What she did is absolutely incredible to go to where they were just 10 months ago. And the Big 12 in women's basketball is good. The Big 12 in men's basketball is far and away the #1 conference in the country. Now, because it is, all you have to do is get to 500. If you can just be a 500 team in the Big 12 in the men's bracket, you're going to get into the tournament. But man, that's a very big leap. But in the NIL world, nothing's out of the question. But are the boosters going to pay that much and get into that fight when you've got U of A and Houston and Texas Tech and a lot of teams that are, in Iowa State, teams that are ready to spend to stay at the top of the Big 12.
Someone's got to stroke that check, as Steve Dillingham would say.
Yes,
somebody right it. Somebody in the Valley. Thanks, Dougie.
They'll be taking on either the Cavs or the Sun Devils.
Yes, it's the best video you'll see all day for the best turnaround in college sports. The Sun Devils are heading to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2019, going to Iowa City to play Virginia on Thursday in the first first trip for Molly Miller with the Devils. She went with GCU last year. Her 24 wins this season set a new team record for wins by a first-year head coach. And if ASU wins, they'll be the 10th seed in the Sacramento Regional and will face number 7 Georgia on Saturday. Winner of that game will get either Iowa or FDU. Just a reminder, the women's Final Four is here in Phoenix for the first time ever in the beginning of April. Get down there, check it out. Moments after the celebration, I caught up with head coach Molly Miller. Here with ASU head women's basketball coach Molly Miller, and the dancing shoes are on. Just how much does this moment mean to you, first year and having this turnaround?
I'm so happy for our program. I'm happy for our fans, but I'm so happy for our players. That's the most happy that I've been this year, just because I see their joy. And we've said the work is the reward, and the work they've put in has rewarded us tonight. So they have energy about them right now. We've had some good practices this week, so I can't wait to compete.
For people who weren't paying attention, how did this happen? How did this team earn a spot in the NCAA tournament?
We played an awesome non-conference, went undefeated. You know, when you see even, Gonzaga versus Oregon State, who we both played in their championship round, you see McNeese going to the championship game. You see the non-conference that we put together helped us for this moment. And then we took care of business. We did what we needed to do in the conference season, played some really good teams on the road that was close, and then made some headway in that conference tournament. So really, those 2 wins in the conference tournament, I think, put us over the edge, and really excited for our team.
Getting your first taste of March Madness last season, what's a takeaway as a coach that you're bringing into this year's experience?
Preparation. Preparation in a short time, which we've done that. We've had games where we've gone back to back, and the girls have been really locked in on prep, but we've got to dive into a new team that we haven't seen play much. So we're going to do that as a coaching staff. But the other thing is make core memories and have fun, but go in there to win and compete. So if you have that edge and you have that mentality of competitiveness, but also having fun along the way, you just enjoy these moments a little bit more.
And I know you're focused, but I got to keep it loose because you have fun with your players all the time. Are you learning the TikTok dances on your own, or are your players coaching you up?
They have to teach me. I'm like, make this one short, because I don't have a lot of time to learn whatever dance we're doing. So they definitely help me. They teach me, and it's fun. I don't have TikTok, but they'll send it to me, and they're like, Coach, we're trending. I'm like, I guess that's a good thing. But it's just fun to keep it light, and you're making memories together. And when you really care about one another, and there's this genuine family atmosphere, then you can be who you are. And that's what I want my players to feel like. When they're with the Sun Devil women's basketball program, they can be who they are and be loved.
Well, whether it's on social media or in the Sacramento Regional, you'll be seeing Molly Miller's team dancing, taking on Virginia in the first game of the NCAA tournament. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
2 special guys that could just apparently have some healing powers. You got Corbin Carroll, who's on track to be ready for opening day after breaking his hand to start spring training. And then Lourdes Gurriel Jr., he'll be DHing in games before the end of spring, just 6 months after tearing his ACL. Then there's one of the more positive people I have ever met, new outfielder Jordan Lawlar. D-backs, of course, moving their former top prospect out there in hopes to find him more playing time. It has worked. The 23-year-old is having a great spring. Look at that. They got a new celebration. It is no secret. It's been a bumpy road in the bigs for the former number 6 overall pick, but his dreams have not changed, and neither does his smile. That's his secret.
It's always fun to be back with the boys and be in a new position. Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
It is.
But through it all, man, you always smile.
I do.
Where does that come from?
I love life. Vargas has a saying. He said almost every day, "I love my life." So, what positives can you find?
Yeah.
Honestly, is what I've found.
And what impact you can make daily, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly
your attitude and happiness, things you control.
You
right?
control that. Yep, you said it.
Yeah.
Control the controllables.
And anybody teach you that growing up, or always been?
I mean, my mom's always been a great example, and then my grandfather as well.
What'd you learn from mom growing up?
Ooh, a lot of things. Oh, man. Get A's. I'll start with that.
Okay. All right.
But, yeah, just always remembering, like, we're representing the name on the front and the name on the back. Everything you do is always being watched, and you're always some sort of role model for somebody. So just being really cognizant of your actions and just being a light to everybody around you.
So did Mom help with the baseball?
I mean, there's so many different times we've gone out, and either in the backyard, she set up that little net, and she'd put balls in the tee, and I'd be swinging, or she'd do her best to hit some ground balls to me, or even our living room. Sometimes she'd throw me little one-hoppers, and I'd work on my hands. So it's endless, honestly. The different times we spent together for that.
Was that the last time when you were a kid when you played in the outfield?
Yeah, really. I played a little bit in high school, maybe a couple of fall games. But other than that, I played Saturdays on my travel ball team in the outfield, and then Sundays I would go play shortstop.
How different is it now to get out there more in the outfield?
I mean, I'm hanging with a different group of guys now. Today we're working on wall balls, and it came up doing some relay throws, but it's cool to kind of switch it up. I'm just stacking more innings in the outfield, and I'm tallying all my different. When I get a line drive or a ball in a gap, I just kind of have a mental checklist going through. So,
do you mind? Listen, you were drafted pretty high, and that obviously comes with some expectations, and they're trying to find a spot for you on the field every day. Do you mind moving around like this? Do you take it personal, or do you embrace it?
All that I care about is winning, right? So wherever I can leave my impact and get in there every day and help this team win, that's really all I'm focused on, and that's my goal.
Biggest adjustment in the outfield is what compared to the infield?
You got a lot more time, a lot more space.
You catch your eyes wandering maybe a little bit more?
Yeah, you kind of have to check out and then check back in. But you can't stay locked in focus on the plate as much, or you'll lose it. So
center field and deep, and a diving stop.
Center fielder came over, just took out the legs of Walsh. He appears to be okay. Both of them appear to be okay. That's scary.
You had a welcome to the outfield moment.
In winter ball, yes. It was my very first game professional outfield.
Oh, man.
And the leadoff, wind was blowing out. Leadoff guy, kind of lefty, got out in front of it. I was like, no, he didn't hit that good. And he hit that good. I took a couple hard steps in, and I was like, oh, no. And I just put my head down and started running. I almost caught it, but I was like, well, first step back. They tell you that, and T-ball, first step back.
Best advice you got, being out there, is somebody come to you and giving you something that's really stuck with you so far this spring?
Yeah, so far it's just be athletic. I've kind of said that all the spring training, but just be an athlete and run the ball down. Yeah, keep it simple, run it down, and hit your cutoff man. Yeah.
Always, right?
Always hit your cutoff man. Yeah, cut off.
The coaches get on you about that?
Cutoff man.
Have you missed one yet?
No.
That's the main rule right there. Hit your cutoff man. Will we see you at all in the infield?
Potentially, yeah. Whatever. How to make those decisions, but I'm going to stay ready. Shortstop for sure, just in case something happens. Yeah.
You got I think some of the coolest experience. One, they threw you into the fire during that World Series run, and obviously last year was up and down. So how have you just dealt with the journey so far? And when you think back on it, what are the thoughts?
Yeah, you embrace it. It goes back to perspective and continuing to make an impact wherever you're at, whether you're injured, AAA, big leagues. There's always people you can help and impact positively. So the more positive you can stay, and I know it sounds cliche, but when you really buy into it and you create your life in that manner, good things happen.
So when you have a bad day, what do you do?
I don't have bad days.
Oh, man.
No bad days. Love that energy, Jordan.
The attitude is just awesome, Lena. Opening day right here on 12 News. D-backs and the two-time defending champs, the Dodgers. March 26th, first pitch set for 5:30. Of course, 12 Sports will be broadcasting all day long from Dodger Stadium. Making a road trip, everybody. Don't forget, 12 News is going to broadcast 11 D-backs games this season for you for free in primetime.
All right, top sports story today. Is this the day when they show off all the new food?
They did.
I do like that.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite days.
We were talking about donuts earlier. Troy not wearing green.
But they always come up with some incredible, loaded with all kinds of stuff hot dog.
Yeah.
They have a new one this year?
They got somewhat of a new hot dog. They got barbecue.
Ooh.
Wait till you see this.
They got Q?
They got Q. What's new at Chase Field this season? Well, they got a bunch of new giveaways They got this new giant video board, guys, the largest video display in Arizona. Wow, 50% bigger than the old one, in case you were wondering. This is the first of many long-term things that the D-backs are going to improve over the next couple years. There's the barbecue plate right there for you, Mark. You also got a lot of new food options, new jersey giveaways, post-game concerts this season, special theme nights as always. This season is going to be a lot of fun at the ballpark. Now the team just got to win.
Been around our team. We had some injuries last year. These guys are still recouping, trying to get back, but we've got a great bunch of new players on our team. Nolan Arenado now playing third base. We got Santana out at first base. So we've got some new guys out there, new pitchers. I'm looking forward to some great things. You're looking now at all the special giveaways that we're having, all the jersey replicas, all the little things for kids, the bobbleheads, just everything. Our giveaways are so special out.
I think we have the best giveaway calendar we've ever had and schedules. When you look at the jerseys and the heritage nights and community nights and the bobbleheads and the Mandalorian involvement with Star Wars, I just think we really listen to our fans, and doesn't matter whether you're a baseball fan or D-back fan or not. You may be a Hello Kitty fan, you're going to want to come here. You may be a Peanuts fan. You may want to bring your dog for a bark in the park. Giving people reasons to come here so that they can become D-backs fans, get in the habit of coming to the ballpark, and then they'll come back to Chase Field.
Here's the barbecue right there.
All right.
It's like a barbecue plate. You got everything.
It's got a sampler?
Like everything you want on it. Yeah. And they got new options, too, as well. They got some healthy bowls, too, as well.
What's that?
That's the
nachos?
nacho bucket. It's a bucket of nachos.
Because a plate of nachos isn't enough.
No. We had to get
give you a shovel with that?
Maybe. Because there's no way. There it is again. The nacho. It's got a handle, Mark. It's so heavy.
The bucket nachos.
That means I need a friend.
You know what, Troy? I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Speaking of friends, do you remember this from last year's opening day?
Oh, I do. That's my friend Tramp. So that was, I think one half was chicken parm and one half was like meatball or something. So we tried to meet in the middle. Do a lady in the crib.
I did not realize the relationship you guys.
Look, Troy's like, hey, take a bite. Look.
Just now.
And I think we named it the Tramwich.
That was a tram.
Something like that. and then Troy,
looks good.
Listen, on opening day, we let Troy all over the ballpark. He just had a blast eating on the job all day long.
We were taste testing popcorn. That's what that was.
Why are you blindfolded?
That's what I thought.
Because there were different popcorns. I had to guess the popcorn.